Good evening, and welcome to Shady Tales, Baby Battle, the only debate show on television where the candidates are tiny, the arguments are enormous, and the moderator is already questioning his career choices. Tonight we have a matchup that, frankly, our producers are a little nervous about. In one corner, President Donald Trump, confident, energetic, and arriving tonight with what he claims are a lot of receipts. We're told he's very excited to share them. In the other corner, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who, judging by the look backstage, may already regret agreeing to be here tonight. Now, these two have something very rare in politics. They genuinely cannot stand each other. So, just to prepare, security has already been alerted, the microphones have been reinforced, and the fact checkers, well, the fact checkers have already given up. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen here tonight. But if history tells us anything, it will probably be loud, chaotic, and very entertaining. So buckle up, because this is Shady Tales Baby Battle. Mr. President, how are you doing tonight?
Tucker, I'm doing fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But before we even start, I have to say something very important. I just walked into the studio, the Shady Tales studio, and wow, just wow. This place is incredible. The lighting, the setup, the logo, Shady Tales. What a name, strong name. Very classy, very professional. And the person behind it, tremendous talent, really tremendous. I walked in and said, whoever built this studio knows exactly what they're doing. The creativity, the production quality, it's beautiful. Honestly, Tucker, it's the kind of work that makes people say that guy should be running something big. I'm thinking maybe we bring him in Secretary of Creativity, Secretary of Incredible Ideas. We'll find something very important for him. So I just want to say before we begin this debate, congratulations to Shady Tales. Amazing studio, amazing skills. And frankly, Tucker, I've never seen anything quite like it.
Congresswoman, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tucker. I'm here to set the record straight on the relentless Islamophobic and xenophobic.
She's doing the list already, Tucker. She's speed running the list. We haven't even started, and she's 3 icks and 2 phobics deep. Very impressive, actually. Probably a new record. When anyone asks a question, Islamophobic, she's got an ism and a phobia for every occasion, like a Swiss Army knife of victimhood. Very versatile, tremendous range. But the people in her district, they can't walk to the store. The whole thing's a disaster.
Okay, let's talk about your district, Minneapolis, specifically the allegations of widespread fraud in federally funded daycare programs. Tens of millions in stolen taxpayer money funneled through facilities that, by all accounts, had no children in them. Does the Leering Center ring a bell, Ilhan?
Oh, Tucker, this is my favorite one. I've been waiting for this. So she's got these daycares in Minnesota, or as I like to call it, Fraudisota, bigger, better, stronger than ever before when it comes to fraud. And they're billing the federal government for hundreds of kids, hundreds. Only problem, you go to the daycare and there's nobody there, emptier than a Biden rally. Tumbleweeds, Tucker, actual tumbleweeds. In Minnesota, nobody's ever seen anything like it.
Those were independent organizations that the federal government, look, I didn't personally do that. There are bad actors in every community. And to suggest that somehow I, a congresswoman...
She's doing the bad actors thing. She loves that. Bad actors. Like it's a movie. Like it's Hollywood. Meanwhile, one of these daycares had a sign-in sheet and half the names were characters from The Lion King. Simba, signed in at 8 a.m. Nala, right behind him. Mufasa, who, by the way, is deceased. So that's also fraud on a spiritual level. Very disrespectful to Mufasa, frankly. I get along very well with Mufasa.
The campaign of hatred that this man has waged against me, against my community, against the entire...
See? She can't stop. It's like a faucet, a very angry, low IQ faucet. And it's driving them crazy, Tucker. They're nuts.
Okay, that's not what the investigation was about. It was about a specific network of, look, I will not be accountable. I hate accountability. My office cooperated with everything.
Cooperated fully. That's what everyone says right before they stop cooperating fully, by the way. Very predictable. Page 1. I know that move very well. And I'm very confident we'll be hearing more about this very soon. Make a deal very soon, or don't. Either way, the receipts are coming.
Well, there was a rather thorough investigative video that went viral on this subject. Millions of views, actually.
Millions. Because people watched it and said, wait, this is where our money goes? Empty rooms, ghost children, folding chairs, a cardboard cutout of a toddler taped to the wall. Your district turned feeding our future into feeding our fraudsters, and you walked around like you didn't smell the smoke. The whole state smelled it. Half the time you were out of the country trashing America while your district was running the biggest daycare heist in history. Very sad.
Congresswoman, you once described the September 11th attacks as, and I'm reading directly here, quote, some people did something.
Okay. That was taken completely out of context.
Well, speaking of composure, or the lack of it, Congresswoman, at the most recent State of the Union, while the president was honoring families of Americans killed by illegal immigrants, you stood up and screamed at him on camera during a joint session of Congress, actually.
Somebody had to say it. The Democrats were, look, I was the only one willing to stand up and fight. You are disgusting.
Oh, she was the only one willing. Hear that, Tucker? She was the only one brave enough to scream at a memorial for dead people. Very courageous, tremendous bravery. They call her a congresswoman, but I call her a fire alarm with a pension.
That is a lie. You are a liar. The families, if you actually spoke to them, I mean, some of those families have said that.
Some of those families? Which ones? Name one. Go ahead, I'll wait. Very patient. Your favorite president is very patient.
You know this whole thing is utter crap, and you are the worst president ever. A fascist, a bigot, and a...
I was reading their names. That's it. I was standing there very calmly, very presidentially, reading the names of dead Americans, and she started screaming murderer at me like I cut her off in traffic. Total meltdown. The whole country watched it. Nobody's ever seen anything like it, believe me.
That is a lie. You are a liar. Those families were being absolutely exploited. He was exploiting grief for political theater, and someone needed to say it.
The footage really does speak for itself, Ilhan. I'm not just saying that.
It speaks very loudly, Tucker, almost as loudly as she did. And I was standing there like a statue, didn't flinch, didn't blink, and she's doing her best impression of a car alarm in a Costco parking lot. Crazy. Deranged, actually. The whole thing, the lunatics are running the asylum over there.
You are so obnoxious. You are so hateful. And I don't have to sit here and just take this nonsense. I cooperated fully with everything.
All right, final round. President Trump, your closing argument.
Here's the thing about Ilhan, and I'll be very honest, because I'm always honest. People know that about me. She came to this country with nothing, and I mean nothing. Somalia was a disaster. War, famine, pirates, the whole thing. Very bad situation. And America, this beautiful, incredible country, opened its arms, opened its wallet, opened the door, and said, come in, you're safe now. And she walked through that door, turned around, and has spent every single day since trying to burn the house down. She got refugee status. She got citizenship. She got elected to Congress. Congress, and her entire platform is that America is the villain. That's not criticism. That's not holding power accountable. That's biting the hand that literally rescued you from a war zone. Nobody loves biting hands as much as Ilhan. And when anyone points this out, racist.
Look, I will not be accountable. I hate accountability.
And she's out there doing interviews about how terrible America is. I love this country. She campaigns against it. And the difference between me and her is very simple. I'm trying to make the American dream bigger, better, stronger than ever before. She's trying to make everyone feel guilty for having it. Very sad. Extremely low IQ strategy. That's your favorite president's closing statement.
You are so obnoxious. You are so hateful. And I don't have to sit here and just take this nonsense.
Shout out to you, Tucker, and a special shout out to Shadey Tails. Never seen anything like him. And on that note, I have a very important hair appointment, and I have to go walk my pet goldfish. Again, thank you, Tucker, for putting up with my obnoxious attitude. Oh, and say hello to your brother husband for me, Omar.
Well, guess that's all the time we have tonight. Thanks for joining the Shadey Baby Battle debate. Stay blessed, and until next time, deuces.